Hey everybody, welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
And today we're going to go through a list of 7 challenges. There's this article that we read on vegoutmag.com, an article written by Avery White. I love being vegan, but these 7 challenges are real. This is a very interesting article, and I think you should read it. Will we put a link in the description?
Yeah, why not?
We'll put a link in the description. But these are basically the 7 things that kind of suck about being vegan. And it's stuff that a lot of non-vegans probably don't think about. Maybe even some vegans don't think about. Maybe it's subconsciously, it's in their brains, but they don't really think about it. And yeah, I think you should check out the article. We'll go one by one, each of the 7 items, and we'll talk about it. You guys cool with that?
Yep,
Yes.
I'm good.
Okay. So the first item, the mental load of constant ingredient checking. And I don't know if that is as big of a deal as to where it would be like the very first thing. For me, it's typically the allergens, whether it be dairy or egg, it's in bold underneath the list of ingredients. And you can kind of figure out if it has meat or not. So I'm not so sure this is as much of a challenge as the writer thinks it is, unless I'm missing something. What do you guys think?
I think you are missing something, Joy, because you don't cook.
That's true. You're right.
So when you go buy, for example, if I'm going to make a cake, just example, okay? You have like a list of ingredients.
Right.
And sometimes you go buy this stuff because you don't have it in your kitchen. So you kind of like have to read, even if it's just, just a little the down part to see if it has milk or whatever. But still, you have really to check every single brand. And many times, most of them, they have. Sometimes as simple as pasta. If you go in a place that doesn't have the pasta you already are used to buy, like this happened with me in Chicago when we went there, I have like to read many of them to discover which one didn't have eggs or milk, So when you buy like the food ready, it's kind of like easier. So it's
That's
one package, or you're already used to buy that one. But when you cook in your daily basis,
Yeah.
correct. So it's kind of like a hard. You have right now I get used to, but it is a pain.
Yeah.
You have really to check every single package that before you didn't give a shit and just grab it.
How much, let me ask you, Vanessa, I never asked you this. How much longer do you think you spend at the supermarket now than when you used to before a vegan?
Right now, not much more, but in the beginning, it was a long time. In the beginning,
Bit of a
I have
learning
to check
curve, I guess.
every single package. You have to learn. Right now, I know my brands. I know what I'm going to buy. So it's kind of like easy. But even simple, red sauce to put in the pasta. Many times they have like a dairy or dairy into. So I don't know. It's kind of like in the beginning, it was pretty challenging. I agree with her. And right now, it's still, if I'm going to do a different recipe that I don't used to do from other culture, I really have to check every single package. To make one recipe is like many packages. So yeah, this is.
I mean, the extent of me checking is restaurants, and probably you as well, Joey.
Yeah.
And even for that, it's kind of annoying. It's the mental load of constantly ingredient checking is what it says. We're not really ingredient checking. We're checking what's going in to make a dish.
No, that's parallel though. I see what you're saying. It's definitely parallel.
Similar. Yeah. I mean, I was just at a steak joint. I don't want to shout them out because it's a national steak restaurant.
Yeah.
But I go there pretty often because they have a great veggie burger. I should, I don't know what the word is, but I guess
you should not go there, but he goes.
Well, yeah. So I go out sometimes with my
hockey buddy
friends to eat, and at least they have a veggie burger for me. And actually, it's a really good veggie burger. The first couple of times I went there, though, I didn't even ask about the bun. Sometimes bread, I forget about that it could be made with egg.
And milk.
And but lately, when I've gone there, I've asked, and they actually have an alternative. They have a French bread instead of the regular sesame bun, and they give me the French bread. So it's a constant thing. We were with Brad last night, and he got frozen yogurt that was sugar-free and fat-free and dairy-free, and we all did. But Brad got it with a waffle cone.
Oh,
Vanessa
Brad.
said something as he
He
got
didn't
it.
even ask. Like,
he's
I
like,
want the waffle cone.
He didn't think
That's
about
not the first time he did that.
No.
But you know what's funny? Because we were there before, he walked in after, and he looked to the guy, the soft serve, like, but it is vegan? Are you sure it's vegan? Yes, the guy said yes.
Oh, God.
And he, okay, I want the cone.
You know what's interesting though? Bread to me, for so long, I didn't think about it. Now I finally am. Now it's like all the time. That for me, it was like the last hurdle. It wasn't that I loved bread so much, and it was literally I would just forget, and like you would just think like, oh, it's vegan. But now that was like the last thing. I make sure every single time to ask about the bread.
Yeah,
most of the time people don't know. They got to go back in the kitchen. They got to ask, and then I don't get it. You know,
I think that there are some restaurants that either don't know or don't care. I know that, and I know we've talked about the Cheesecake Factory. I actually like their Impossible Burger. They put vegan cheese on it. You can get it with vegan bread. It's not exactly a chock full of vegan.
Jonathan, you are eating at the steakhouse. Come on. You cannot complain about Joey or making jokes like a Cheesecake Factory, because it's about the same.
I don't like what they did to you last time, Vanessa. Remember?
Yes, but it's not better. It cannot really.
Oh, they both of them.
It's not better.
At least I didn't shout.
You go. It's horrible.
At least I didn't shout out that steak joint like Joey just did.
Well, okay. I should be, because we're on video. Some people may not see. You gave a thumbs down when I was mentioning Cheesecake Factory. But Vanessa, I want to hear the story. What did you go through? What incident?
Oh my God! It was 3 times the dishes going back and forth because they put probably they make like a white sauce. First, I asked like a regular sauce with no milk. You explain everything, just veggies and the pasta.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first came with.
Did John just leave to go pee? Did John go? He's got to turn his mic off.
No, he
I didn't go to
probably
pee.
went open
Okay.
Turn the light on a little bit. It was a little dark.
Okay, I'm sorry, Vanessa. Go on.
So first they brought with the white sauce, and after they brought with butter. So I say like, no sauce. I say like whatever, just remove the sauce. And I forgot to say remove the sauce and no butter.
Yeah.
So instead of sauce, they put butter. And the first bite was like so clear that that fat you are not used to it anymore. It's like it's disgusting. I don't know how I like that at some point of my life. It was so horrible that.
And it was Cheesecake Factory, so they probably put like a whole slab of butter because it was Cheesecake
how much
Factory.
they put, but it was like 1 spoon, and I just looked at the guy and said like, I don't want anymore. Take it.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat. You starve this restaurant, and that's it. Sorry.
Oh, please. I love when someone says the F word. I'm happy to bleep it. I love the F word.
For me, though, the worst part about it was after Vanessa said something the second or third time, when that guy clearly made the mistake, he knew we were vegan. It wasn't like she was like, oh, I just don't want the sauce. It was like, I'm a vegan. So he made the mistake the second or third time, and he came back and he was just kind of nasty about it, like rolled his eyes, was like, oh my God, these vegans.
And he say like, oh, but it's gluten-free. Like, I didn't ask you the gluten-free.
Right. Yeah. I think that's just a case of someone who has no idea what vegan is. But that's frustrating. I mean, if you're working in the food industry, you should at least know the definition.
Yeah.
That's lame.
By the way, that might have become my new pet peeve, though, is people equating vegan and gluten-free. Like, it's the same.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with each other.
It's completely different. Completely different. In fact, to be gluten-free means that you don't eat a plant item, right? Like gluten is wheat. So it's the very opposite of vegan.
Why are they so confused?
You
Well,
are
that's
literally
why,
eschewing a
guys.
plant.
That's why I avoid these restaurants, and
Well,
I keep going my vegan ones as much as I can.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you. That sounds horrible. I can tell you that I went through something similar, though not nearly as horrible as what you're describing. In fact, this restaurant, it was date night last night. I was celebrating my 1-year anniversary with my girlfriend, and we went to a restaurant we really like called Rosalia's. Amazing restaurant. They have the vegan items very clearly labeled. They even have it when it can be made vegan.
Okay.
And so everything was fine, no issues, another great dinner. And I ordered a latte at the end of the night. That was my dessert. And they put whipped cream on it. Even though I had asked for oat milk, they put whipped cream on it. And I'm like, they were doing so well.
It's like we forget for 1 second.
Yeah.
And then something like that happens. It's all the time. And that's what this article's about. The mental load of constantly ingredient checking. It's not just checking, it's thinking about it. It's making sure, like, wait a minute. Did I say something about the bread?
Yeah.
Did I say something about the whipped cream?
Not so long ago, some place we went, the person went to the kitchen and brought me the package to read. Do you remember where that?
That's good. They should do that more instead of just assuming.
Was not so long ago. We went in a place and I asked to emphasize, and the person went to the kitchen and brought me the package to read. You can read. Okay.
I mean, that's actually, I encourage that. That's kind of someone admitting, hey, look, I don't know, but here, can you tell me?
Yeah.
I would.
I don't remember where it was, but it was interesting. I prefer read. I'm used to read everything.
Yeah. Well, you do make a great point about me not being the best person to disagree with that statement because I don't really cook.
You cook.
Cook. I look at something from Impossible or Beyond or Gardein, and it's like, oh, okay, no dairy.
It is impossible. It is beyond. I can have my meal here.
So yeah, it is much simpler than someone like you who actually uses ingredients.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get it. All right, so that was an interesting discussion.
Just a few things I want to say on this.
Sure.
On the article, a couple things they point out. The writer writes, last week I discovered the bread I'd been buying for 3 months changed their recipe to include honey. Ooh. No announcement, same packaging, just a tiny ingredient list update that I missed during one rush grocery run.
Interesting.
I would be so pissed.
But why would they even do that?
Because they don't care about vegans. Because we're 1% of the population. Who is it going to affect? It's going to affect us 3. That's about it. You know?
Like, why do they do that with the vegans?
Yeah.
They don't care about it. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah. It's a part-time job, which is what she says, and it really is. Like, we have to be vigilant.
It is.
And I wasn't taking into consideration, John, what you had mentioned about going to a restaurant, because it is similar, and that is pretty exhausting.
It just happened to you.
Yeah, and it happens often.
It happened to Brad yesterday.
Well, Brad really doesn't care.
Ask. But another times in the Starbucks, I ordered and I reminded. So they put the oat milk or any other, and they put the cream on top.
Yeah.
Few times it happened this. So I was like, it doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
You have to be vigilant, or it's just, and that's why, like, when you become vegan too, it's like layers, right? We thought I watched Game Changers. I'm like, yeah, I'm vegan. Let's go vegan. I'm going to be vegan. Well, I was vegetarian, right? And then I thought I was vegan for a while, but like, I really wasn't. Like, I was eating bread like every day with, milk products. And, it's like layers, like in layers, who did I meet a couple days ago that said they were kind of vegan? They said they were almost vegan. Oh, no, I was talking to an old buddy of mine. He's like, oh yeah, I'm not vegan. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of vegetarian, but I eat shellfish sometimes and like meat once a week. I'm like, you're not anything. You just eat.
Just eat less.
It's just funny, these like labels.
Well, it's interesting that they seem to want the labels, unless they just want them whenever they're around vegans, so they can make the vegans feel like, hey, I'm one of you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think in general, people feel judgy when you're around. I really think so.
Yeah, I think
That's
might
why
be
they
true.
try like start conversations or asking. Because I think some of them, if you have like a little bit conscience about the animals, I think they feel like, oh my God, they are judging my plate now.
Yeah.
For example, probably you when open a Coke in front of me, probably thought, when this is judging my Coke right now.
Well, I gave up on Coke. Now I'm
That's
having
good, I know.
hint water.
But do you understand that I'm saying?
Yeah.
When everybody was disturbing you about the Coke, probably every time you were drinking a Coke, you were like, oh my God, Vanessa, David is going to look to me and say, like, stop drinking Coke every day. Anyways.
Yeah. No, you're
But you
right.
learned. Look at you.
I did. I still have to eat a little better, but I'm getting better.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so item number 2, travel becomes a logic puzzle. And you two, being the world travelers you are, I think you could speak better to this. I haven't traveled as much as I would like, but I can say that when I travel, before I leave, I always create a map for myself on Google where I can pinpoint all of the vegan or vegan-friendly restaurants where I can eat, you know, in that location. When I went to visit my brother in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it still wasn't great. So I would imagine if you're traveling to, let's say, New York City or Berlin, Germany, the options are a lot better than if you were to go to Provo, Utah. So I don't know about this. I just know that the Happy Cow app, John, your favorite app, is great.
I'm literally going on it right now to see how
Yeah.
many restaurants in Huntsville there are.
Oh my God.
Huntsville, Alabama. And actually, Huntsville is the big city next to where my brother lives, which is actually Decatur, Alabama. So
They actually have 2 vegan restaurants in Huntsville.
right.
Wow, more than Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
Basically, they have the
Yeah, you
veggie.
lost
You probably went to the veggie, which is in Huntsville.
I don't know. I mean, I went a long time ago. I think I've gone there twice. And the last time was 2017 because my brother and I drove to Nashville to see the total eclipse. Yeah, that was 2017, so almost 10 years ago. It's possible that or those 2 restaurants were built since then. I haven't been there. Like I said,
they got a bunch of vegan options. I think Huntsville's probably not as bad as you think comparatively to the rest of the United States, because Huntsville is a college town, right? So
right.
there are, you get a lot of alternative thinking in the younger people. So
Yeah.
but travel in general is a pain in the butt. Things like Happy Cow have really helped us. Happy Cow's a great app that I've talked about many times. You know what's crazy is last night we met a girl. She's a Happy Cow ambassador.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Hollywood. She lives in Hollywood, Florida. She's one of the South Florida ambassadors. She has a ton of reviews out there, and basically Happy Cow, I think for people that do a lot of reviews, they designate them ambassadors, and I think she gets to check out the restaurants as they open up and things like that. But for us, especially when we go to larger cities, it's very easy. Like you just go on Happy Cow or you go on Google and you look up the vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
Other
But
countries,
depending where you are, it's pretty
pretty
bad.
when we go to Brazil, it's a little harder, unless we're in the big cities. The grocery stores, maybe are a little. I don't know. Vanessa can talk on this more, but travel is definitely tough for some people.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I traveled to Europe, this was in 2016, I believe. Some places were more vegan friendly than others. But I also remember when I went into an Italian restaurant and I asked if they had vegan cheese, the guy looked at me in the eye, said in English, but with a thick Italian accent, there's no such thing as vegan cheese. I was like, okay, here we go. But yeah, I think that the app has gotten better, the world has gotten better, and I don't know. Next time I go to Italy, I'll be sure to use the app and brush up on my Italian.
Well, it was not very vegan friendly too. The place we just went. We went in 5 different cities in Italy,
Yeah.
and they had soy milk basically everywhere, but it's
Yeah.
basically that's it. Soy
Latte
milk,
di soia.
yeah, soya, and but like a food restaurants in the 5 cities we went, we found one vegan restaurant that was very famous, has like a Michelin stars.
Oh,
No,
wow.
did you remember the name? Oh
Which
no, it was not
restaurant?
Italy. It was in Croatia.
Oh, okay.
Which
It was
restaurant?
not in Italy. The one you just could get the dessert because they were closing for the siesta.
Oh yeah.
Was Croatia, no? Or was Italy?
That was Croatia. I don't know what city it was. No, was it Croatia?
Well, I can check after, but it was like we went in 12 different cities and
Maybe it was
didn't really
Slovenia.
have
I don't know.
didn't really have a vegan restaurants. They have like some vegan options, like some we found some gelato place with one vegan option or two vegan options, but that's it. And for being Europe, we thought we could find more,
Yeah.
but we were lucky because we were in the cruise, vegan cruise.
Right.
So everything in the boat was vegan, and there was a lot of food. But if you need like a go in these cities to eat, I don't think it'd be easier. I think it'd
Yeah.
be really hard.
Okay. Well, I don't think we said anything that's shocking to people. But Happy Cow, as much as I make fun of John's love for the app, he's not wrong. It's a great app for travel, and I've definitely used it at times. I never used the dating component, much to John's chagrin, but apparently it's there. Okay, number 3, the emotional labor of other people's feelings. I can definitely relate to that. I often am critical about those who I feel are too harsh when it comes to their activism. I think I'm on the opposite side of that to a fault, where I think I care too much about other people's feelings. And I don't know if it's that as much as I just don't want to argue. I don't want to just have this butting of heads when you know it's going to go nowhere. With certain people, sure, they'll listen. But others, well, don't plants have feelings? No, plants don't have fucking feelings, you idiot. Like, it's like I can't engage with those people. You know, it's like, why? So I think there's a little bit of 2 things there. There's that, yeah, I care about, not wanting to be hurtful or judgmental, but at the same time, I also just don't want to deal with it. It can be a bit much.
I don't deal with it much anymore. When I'm around my friends, they make some comment. I might make a comment back, but I don't go down that wormhole with them. That I don't want to say they bait me, but I think they want to talk about it, but there's no possible way that they're going to change. So they're just so opposite of where we're at. And so I just don't go down that wormhole and get into it with them. And I'm exhausted by it too. I think I used to have a lot more discussions about it. I mean, I will with genuine people, but if someone's not being genuine and they say a comment like that, don't plants have feelings? What do you eat all day? Tofu? Like,
Yeah.
I think in this moment you should present someone that's participating of our podcast.
Yeah, you should introduce.
You should
our
introduce
fourth guest.
Khaleesi.
What?
You
should
should introduce
our.
Khaleesi.
Oh, so you can hear her?
Yes.
Okay,
Very loud
everybody.
now.
Once again, I have to apologize. It's like every time I record from home, I have to apologize. My dog is snoring. She is right there sleeping.
Oh my gosh, she's kind of like far.
Yeah, she's far away. She's like 6 feet away and 6 feet below me.
Oh
And
my God.
we can still hear her.
Yeah.
And she looks like a little baked potato right now, or a walrus. I'm not sure which. But yeah. So sorry, everybody. My dog snores, and
It is not a pig. It's
she,
just a dog.
I don't know. An argument can be made that she's a pig. The noises are very similar.
Okay, sorry to interrupt
No,
you
no, no,
guys.
no, no. You're
I
right.
just had to tell because people sometimes is hearing for the first time
Yeah.
who already listened few of our episodes know about it, but if someone is getting here right now, it's just Khaleesi. Okay.
There's no distance far enough away that will escape from the sound of the snoring. And if I lock her in another room, she'll start barking. So there's really no way to win.
That's okay.
Anyway, the next item on the list is definitely something I can relate to. Maybe not anymore, but in the past. Number 4 is dating gets weird. And yeah, I can definitely tell you some stories of my time trying to date non-vegans. And I think the general thinking is that, oh, if you're a non-vegan dating a vegan, then the vegan is probably an asshole and saying, well, why are you eating meat? When in my experience, it's the opposite. I mean, yeah, it's a little self-congratulatory for me to say I'm not the asshole, but like I can never forget the time someone looked at me in the eye and she said, well, isn't being vegan like a solution to a first world problem or something to that effect? And then
I've heard that before.
Yeah, like the whole first world thing is just like, really? Yeah. And then there's the one where I had on a date, this girl got literally angry at me because I wouldn't share her shrimp cocktail. It just, and then there was a time when we went to a restaurant. It was like, oh yeah, we can eat here. They do have a veggie burger on the menu, but then the veggie burger had egg in it. So then it was like this awkward moment where she's like, no, we can leave. But then I felt like shit. It's very weird to date non-vegans. At another, while she was my girlfriend, she asked me, do you plan on always being vegan?
I remember this one.
And you know,
yes, of course.
Yeah, like to even ask that question, it's like, you know, that things aren't looking good at that point.
There had to be a lot more planning for you, you know, when you were vegan, you know, just going out on a date and trying to figure out where, and you had to probably play out the whole night almost.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're going to go to this restaurant. I got to make sure at least I have an option or two.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be that spontaneous, unfortunately.
But I don't think it's only this. I remember Brad describing to us before he told me that he didn't care about date non-vegans because, you know, it was such a small percentage of the population. If he limited himself, he would never date anybody.
Yeah.
And a few months later, he was dating someone that was not vegan, and they went in a restaurant, and he said that she ordered like chicken wings, and he said that after seeing her eating the chicken wings and like a really getting the bones in the mouth, he said that he felt so grossed out that he didn't want to even kiss her anymore. And didn't end up in anything, the relationship. And he came to us saying, like, you remember when I say that I didn't care? I actually care.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, whenever I think of a vegan who would be good for Brad, someone specific comes to mind, but let's not go there because that can make things awkward.
Hey, Joey, let me ask you, did you always mention it up front?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Because what this article talks about is, do I mention it on my profile? Do I wait until the first date, the third? I've had matches unmatch me after learning I'm vegan, which I can see that happening all the time. So I'm sure there's a lot of you vegans out there that like don't have it on their profile because it's like,
oh, that's a mistake.
Well, they're trying to navigate the dating world, and they want to be able to like at least talk to someone about it, right?
I guess, but I mean, for me, and look, this was my strategy. Who knows if it was a good or bad strategy? My strategy was to put everything out there. This is who I am. If you don't like it, you. If you like it, then hey, despite the fact that I read comic books, I'm vegan, I've never been married, which to some people throws red flags. Like, put it all out there, and if they're still interested, then you don't really have to worry about lying or postponing something that could be very awkward once you confront them with it. I just put it all out there. So this is who I am. And yeah, I would go on some profiles and the woman would have something like no vegans, no liberals, they would have like these things that, they make it very clear that they don't want this or that. And like, okay, I mean, I kind of did the same thing, but going the opposite way. I would just go and say, this is who I am. So if you don't like it, swipe left and move on.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think you're right.
Okay.
Some of this, it's just interesting, some of the stuff in this article.
Yeah, it is a good article.
Meeting their parents involves navigating their mom's signature dishes. Did you have anything like with, because when me and Vanessa met, we were not vegan. We went vegan a few years after we got together. Did you ever have like anything where, you were accepted by the girlfriend or but the parents or the other family members are like, what the hell, man, this guy's a vegan?
No, the closest thing, and this is with the girl who told me or asked me if I was going to always be vegan. Her parents knew I was vegan. The mom was kind of cool with it. She was like, whatever. Her dad, who is kind of like a manly man, badass cop, he would tease me about it, but never in a like aggressive or negative way. It was in a way I could actually appreciate because he was being genuinely funny.
But in reality, he thought you were a pansy boy.
Oh, I'm sure. He was like a manly man, like cop. He probably thought I was, beta soy boy or whatever.
Well, the cops nowadays, they're very overweight.
Overweight. Well,
many are.
The idea about cops I had before is not the reality in America right now. Sorry, guys.
Well, it seems that they're not being as
I don't know how they can
selective.
run sometimes. I think about it. Sometimes I look at them like, oh my God.
Well, this same girl, whose father was the cop, she once asked me, what would you do if my dad invites us all out to a steak dinner? Because she was telling me that's what her dad does when she likes someone, that he takes them out to a steak dinner. And I was like, I don't know.
I'll get the baked potato.
I'll get the baked potato and maybe some rice,
asparagus.
We never got that far. I was never invited to that steak dinner. We were together for a long time, about 2 years, but it never came to that.
It's exhausting because even when the girlfriend accepts it, that's the non-vegan. You got all of her family, all of her friends, just all the time. It's just never ending.
Yeah.
At least, I'm lucky. I got Vanessa. She's a vegan, so we don't have to explain ourselves because we got each other.
And we had to go through the same thing. The difference is I'm not an apologetic vegan and I don't care about what people should listen. So if people already know, they even don't try me. So my family or family, they know. So it's better they know or they're going to listen to a lecture,
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the right way to do things because as John and I were saying, it can be exhausting trying to.
People, I think, get scared of me, to be honest, Joey. That's why they don't make jokes with me anymore. Because honestly, the first time, I'm not apologetic for anything. We were in the cruise like a few weeks ago, and a guy was very disrespectful with his joke. In the first minute,
he was a non-vegan on the cruise.
He was
he's a vegan. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't a joke
like
about veganism.
A very unrespectful in some ways for many people, and he made like a ridiculous comment, and I can't just smile because he made like a joke, telling that John was my sugar daddy.
Oh boy!
So first he said that John was like my dad.
Really. Oh God!
And the second sentence, he really say that, he says something like, you don't mind because you already have your sugar dad. Joy.
Oh, that is
You
very
imagine me
disrespectful.
like, of
I
course,
just,
put him in
I
his
just put my
place.
head down, Joey. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no.
And
rat.
like, I didn't like your comment. I didn't give a space for joke like that. And you
Yeah.
don't know me. Like, I'm not a person that take anything home. I go back to the person. What they give me, they receive twice back.
Yeah.
So I don't think people make jokes anymore about being vegan with me. They can talk in my back, I'm pretty sure, but in front of me, they're not going to do it. So
Yeah.
and whatever. So for me, it's not so hard.
Well, maybe you have it figured out because I sure as hell don't.
You guys are nice, that's the point. You and John are very nice, you guys. Even if you don't like the joke, even if you don't like, you kind of like whatever, I'm not going to say anything. You guys are nice.
Yeah, I think me and Joey both have this problem where we want everyone to like us, and whether it's
I'd say you're right.
family and.
Do you really think that this is the reason, or you just are not like a confrontational person?
No, I want to make sure everyone feels good at the table. Like I don't want I don't want confrontation. I mean it's the same thing, right? I don't someone says something that is confrontational, I want to diffuse it. And I don't want to.
Yeah,
usually.
I've actually been in situations in some of our vegan meetup groups where I sat next to a person I was trying to diffuse. I don't know if you're going to remember this, Vanessa, but obviously I'm not going to say names, but we were at a restaurant and you said, Joey, you sit here, because there was this guy who was being annoying. And so I sat where this guy was. Does this ring a bell at all?
I don't know.
Yeah, this was like a year and a half ago. It was in South Beach. That's the only clue I want to give without making it too obvious.
Okay.
And yeah, this guy was being a little weird and kind of boisterous, and he had all these conspiracy theories. We live in a matrix, that whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to calm his ass down. So I was just basically humoring him, talking with him. And you know how much I love talking to people I don't know. But I just wanted to diffuse the situation because I didn't want the night to be ruined by this maniac, So I get what John's saying. Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
And thankfully, I haven't seen him since.
No? Was Planta.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah.
That was kind of
just a restaurant. We went so many times in Planta. So
yeah, that's true.
I remember.
So the next, should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
So number 5, the protein question exhaustion.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Protein.
If I had $1 for every time someone asked about protein, I could afford those $18 airport wraps.
What a weird way to describe it.
It's not the question itself. Protein is important. It's the only nutritional concern anyone ever raises.
Oh, there is a B12 too.
Well, I would say that those who know at least a little bit will ask about B12. Those who know nothing will ask about protein.
Yeah.
Because
that's
protein is not, I mean, for anyone to even ask about protein, it's like protein is not just from meat. Move on. At least with B12, it's like, yeah, some of us, we kind of do need a supplement or nutritional yeast or whatever. But Vanessa, you even taught me, because I didn't know this at the time. I thought that B12 was just from animals, but you were saying it's actually because
it's a bacteria.
Exactly. The animals get it from the plants, the soil, and all that.
Yeah.
And so that's the only one where it's like, okay, at least you know something. You may not know a lot, but you know something. Whereas the protein one, it's like, this person is completely ignorant,
But you know what it is too? Every one of their meals either has steak, it either has a cow, a pig, or a chicken.
Yeah.
So that's why they're asking.
Right.
And the only protein they know for vegans is tofu.
Right.
That's it. They don't realize that we eat a lot of beans. They don't know what tempeh is. They may know what tofu is, but maybe they had it once and didn't like it, right?
Right.
Satan. They don't know
If you
anything about
say
it.
you don't know what Satan is, no way. I didn't know what Satan was.
I
I didn't know what Tempe was before I became.
I think the
vegan.
correct pronunciation is Satan. I'm not 100% certain, but it can't be
See?
Satan. It can't be Satan.
Satan.
Depend the language.
We had some Satan last night.
I didn't have Satan.
Or yesterday, I had some Satan.
I had amazing shrimp, vegan shrimp, of course.
Yeah.
Pasta. Oh my god, it was so amazing. Of course, very unhealthy, guys. Was triple fried shrimp.
Jesus.
But was amazing. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that this is kind of like an old one as far as the protein thing. I think at this point, most people are not that ignorant. Oh God, now she's barking. Great. That's great. Khaleesi.
I think they are still ignorant. I hear that
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I don't blame
Well,
them. Why do you blame them? You go to a restaurant and every single item has chicken or steak. Sorry, chicken or cow. I gotta stop calling it steak. Chicken or cow, and maybe there's a pig dish too on there, right?
Yeah.
They don't. So they're just thinking like, we eat salad.
Well, even when you go to a place where you get to choose what the meat dish is, they don't say what's your meat. They say, what's your protein?
yeah, that's true.
What protein would you
Protein,
like?
yeah.
Can I have the tofu? Oh, we don't have tofu. You know, it's like protein has become synonymous with animal products, and that's I don't know. That's just lame.
Yeah, but the protein probably every vegan is very tired of.
Yeah,
Weird about it.
I agree. Okay, everybody, we just realized that this episode went a little long, so we're splitting it in two. We're going to end it here, and then next week tune in for part 2. So for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
Wait, Joey, we got to do the stuff, the subscribe and all that.
Okay, go for it, John.
So, oh wait. So am I doing it? Hey guys, can you all like us on YouTube? Like
Subscribe.
us on Spotify, Instagram. What else are we on, Vanessa?
TikTok.
YouTube.
I said YouTube, Joey.
Oh, okay. Like, subscribe, click the alarm bell.
Comments. Only good comments, obviously.
Of course.
But for Vegan Talking Shit, I'm John.
No, it's opposite. It's Joe first.
Oh, we'll do it from the beginning. For Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
And again, tune in next week for part 2 of this riveting episode. Bye, everyone.
Ciao.
Ciao.